Making its way around the internet between the late 2000s and early 2010s, the dark electronic music microgenre and visual aesthetic known as witch house piqued the curiosity of many, with its heavy attention to horror-inspired themes and experimental, abnormal sounds. A perfect concoction for the curiosity-seeking internet goer, witch house music is curated by chopped and screwed hip-hop soundscapes, sporadic noises, and an overall unconventional take on the electro state of mind. It stays true to its rave-like bones, but provides an eerie, off-putting presentation to make it something to truly fascinate over. Witch house, as a name for the genre, was coined in 2009 by Brooklyn-based electronic producer Picture Plane. In the beginning, the name was all a joke, Picture Plane explaining, "Myself and my friend Shams were joking about the sort of house music we make, calling it witch house because it's like occult-based house music. I did this best of the year thing with Pitchfork about witch house. I was saying that we were witch house bands, and 2010 was going to be the year of witch house. It took off from there, but at the time, when I said witch house, it didn't even really exist." After being mentioned to Pitchfork, other publications picked up on the name, as who doesn't love obsessing over a microgenre, am I right? Some artists who are associated with being a witch house producer consider the term to just be another way to push a microgenre on hipster-esque music seekers, a cheap way to pull together a bunch of producers in order to sell a niche term. And you'll be surprised, some artists you may have known for years can also be considered to be witch house producers that you may have just associated them as having an, I don't know, let's say industrial electro or indie hip-hop vibe, if anything, this entire time. For what it is considered to be, whether one declares themselves a witch house producer or having traces of the witch house style, the genre is created using a blend of four main building blocks: lesser known and obscure samples, drum machines, loud and screechy synthesizers that Frank JFC says sounds like bees, and extremely dampened, barely recognizable vocal selections. And the music would be absolutely nothing without the occult-like aesthetic paired with it, covering a variety of themes, imagery, and subjects. A few examples such as horror, subliminal text and numerology, glowing or missing eyes, tarantulas in places they should not be. Yeah, the visual aspects of this genre alone are pretty mesmerizing that you can find yourself scrolling through dozens and dozens of Google images when seeking what the genre has to offer. And you always feel like you're looking in on witch house and never really part of the cult that is. And who is never drawn into the unknown? Many pieces by witch house visual artists include shots from movies such as The Blair Witch Project, old family memories on VHS tapes that are all messed up looking, creepy dark web videos, and crowds of people in what seems to be in some musty rave with always a dark blue or black filter taking over every second of their lives. And don't forget about some of the other key design elements in the artwork and also in artist and track names, including crosses, triangles, and Unicode symbols. All this to possibly keep the scene and those partaking in it that much harder to find on, let's say, a Google search due to the untraditional typographic structure of the people creating the content for the genre. And as I do with any genre breakdown video I make on this channel, let's take a look at a couple of different witch house releases that paint a solid picture of the genre's infamous sound and visual aesthetic. And if you want to see more of these genre discussion videos in the future, let me know in the comments below which genre you would want me to explore next. Also, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you are here the moment my next big video drops. You have to experience the progression and flavor in the genre that is known as witch house music. Salem's 2010 release of King Knight, an earlier witch house album of sorts, came out to some pretty solid critical acclaim upon its release, making it all the way to number 22 on the US Billboard Heat Seekers albums chart and Stereogum's 23rd best album of the decade. Some fans of the genre find the album to start off really strong with its opening track, also titled King Knight, a grand blast of synths and sounds bombarding you into this world of witch house, a vacation to all things evil and unholy. However, most find the latter parts of the album to feel a little mediocre and definitely underwhelming compared to the earlier barrage and shock that ensued. King Knight is a great representation of everything the genre seemingly has to offer though. You'll find your incomprehensible vocals, fuzzy, sludgy rap, and all that jazz. For witch house fans, it's a pretty solid release, especially that intro track, but some may just find this thing to be annoying and pretentious. That's up to you, dude, but if anything, definitely go check out that first track, Deserves Your Ears, which Might need some holy water afterwards. Next up, I want you to say hello to, at the time, a 19-year-old college student named Alec, who goes by the name BALAMYACAB, dropped an EP that is considered by many to be an essential witch house piece, which is titled Sea Birds, in the year of 2010. While attending college for musical education, Alex stood out from his fellow classmates by primarily crafting his music purely from online sample material, taking every little thing he could find and torturing the samples into all different types of beautiful contortions, sounds blending seamlessly with one another. Seabird sounds like Passion Pit's Manor's evil twin sibling, distorted lows blended with echoing vocal cries and some 8-bit or 16-bit sounding rhythms. It really feels like you've fallen into a murky cave with glowing minerals lining the inner walls of the earthy chambers you now find yourself lost in. And yeah, I don't think you're going to want to get out for a little while. Seabirds is really good. I find it very soothing and unique sounding. The EP's shiny yet booming 20-minute long runtime or something like that. I think it's about 20 minutes. It is the perfect snack on your way to the graveyard. Let us also take a look at my main man Vapor and his collaboration project with Cocaine Jesus on 2017's Triple X under the duo name of Love Potion. More so on the Vapor Trap side of things, Triple X takes Cocaine Jesus's off-put melodies and sounds, throws it all into a 5-speed blender with Vapor's trap percussion and quirky production style to produce a sound that stands out from the rest. It's a really nice spice for both the Witch House sound and the Vapor Trap sound alike. A few months before the full-length Triple X was brought to the human world, the duo dropped a single on SoundCloud called Sabrina the Teenage Bitch. Yes, that's the name of the song. 8 months of construction and building later, the track was brought along into Triple X, as well as all the other tracks that were made along the way. I remember when this first dropped on Plus 100 Records, the physicals were available for quite a while, only to eventually be all snagged up after realizing this pretty cool sound the duo was able to make together. Also, come on, that swirly vinyl variant looking like the ooze from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that is a slick looking record. Witch House is definitely pretty sweet. I love the visual aesthetic that is paired with so much of the genre's haunting and supernatural sound, and the entire concept is just such a fun experience to go through. I'm definitely going to be digging deeper into the Witch House essentials list and overall catalog to see what else I can find in the catacombs of the internet. Don't stay out too late, my friends. Do you know of any other Witch House releases you think deserve some serious attention or are just some of your favorites? Let myself and others know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button for this video and subscribe to the channel so I can see you around for the next video. I don't want you to miss it. And until next time, baby, much love, your boy, Pad Chennington.